my name is Kayla Warren, and for my video, I made an acronym about MacGuffin. So for M, I have magic, because at MacGuffin, we make magic. For A, I have acting, because MacGuffin grows actors. For C and G, I have challenges and growth, because no matter what challenges we face, whether it's learning a new song, taking on a new role, these are all experiences that allow for a lot of growth. For U, I have unconditional, because everyone you meet there has unconditional love. For F and F, I have friends and family, because as we like to say, MacGuffin is a place where it's like one big family. For I have inclusive, because no matter who you are accepted there, and it's a place where you can learn to love who you are. And for N, I have an experience I'll never forget. I'm gonna be rich and famous. Everyone will know my name.
So the question you may be asking yourself is, what does being a lawyer and a Supreme Court Justice fan club president have to do with my time doing theater at MacGuffin? Well, I would say a lot. First of all, I truly believe that my experience with MacGuffin and with acting more broadly honed my ability to empathize with anyone and everyone. And it now helps me connect with my clients, most of whom face challenges that I've never experienced and will never experience.
So I searched for a place that I could just jump in right in, and that was MacGuffin. I know I didn't have to be the best person ever. I didn't have to do professional theater. I didn't have to be a perfect singer or a perfect dancer just to be part of the show. I went into the More Than Anything 2016 audition with no singing, no acting, no singing or acting experience. I didn't know anybody. I was super sick, and I was welcomed with open arms, and I got to be part of that show, and it just meant the world to me that everyone was so welcoming, and I didn't have to be the best just to be part of it.
Question number 1, if you were on a date with Mr. Bings, what would you want him to do?
Well, it's so good to meet you, Mr. Bings. And if we were going to a museum, all of those paintings, I want to see them.
What? You're saying to yourselves, you're so odd and frumpy, you must have friends. Strike, strike, you got it right now, strike, strike, you got it right now, strike, strike, you got it right for blankets. One of my favorite moments at MacGuffin is when I was doing long-form improv in one of MacGuffin's comedy classes, and the storyline was to talk about a unicorn with 2 horns, and I was the unicorn with 2 horns, and there was a cyberbullying program to help unicorns not be bullied that had 2 horns, and it was very funny, and I want to be a comedian when I grow up, and that was one of my favorite moments at MacGuffin. Need no worries for the rest of your day. It's our crown for free. Philosophy, Hakuna Matata. Welcome to our humble abode. So Sam, I didn't know you were still working there. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
Super. How's the acting career?
It's okay.
Oh, it is such a tough business. Hang in there.
Thanks.
Okay, listen. Naomi would like to come in this weekend on Saturday night at 8 p.m.
Something that I learned at MacGuffin that I still use in my acting today is an understanding of the importance, necessity, and freedom of failure. When I was 11 years old, I had my first improv class at MacGuffin, and John came into the room and he looked at all of us, but especially at me, and he said, "Today, all of you are gonna fail." And I remember being terrified by that, but now that I'm older, I understand how true and meaningful that sentiment is. Because when acting, you always have an idea of what the right thing to do is. And so often, the right choice in your head is the least interesting and least authentic choice you can make. And in doing the scene, the joke, the show wrong hundreds of times and feeling comfortable doing it wrong, you can through that find the most authentic, true, and beautiful acting choice you can make.
Are you grown so high in his esteem because I'm so dwarfish and so low? How low am I now, Peter? Speak! How low am I? I'm not yet so low, but then my nails can break under the Some things will never end. Thrill of our magic ride. Love that I feel inside for you.
To say that this year was easy would be a complete lie. It wasn't. It was beautiful and full of sweet surprises and wonderful people, but by no means was it easy. Easy doesn't teach you anything. It never will. And I've learned so much. This year I learned what it really means to be an actor, to be a cast member, a castmate, a friend. I learned what it means to be a leader, not a lead. That you don't have to be center stage to make a show amazing, but you do have to care. And you do have to work. Good things will come in the end. Hard work pays off.
Am I a coward? Who calls me villain? Breaks off my pig, plucks off my beard and blows in my face, tweaks me by the nose and gives me the lie in the throat as deep as the lungs? Who does me this, huh? Swoons, I should take it. For it cannot be that I am pigeon-livered and lack the gall to make impression bitter, or ere I should have fatted all the region's kites with this slave's awful. Bloody villain, remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain, oh, vengeance!
One of my favorite things about doing a production is the thought process that goes into a character. With Hamlet, there were plenty of thoughts to process. When I began studying for the role, I knew I didn't want to play him as the dark, brooding, emotional teenager many people expect him to be. To gain inspiration, I took a deep dive into the rabbit hole of Hamlet productions on YouTube. I found that there were many different ways to approach the role. I watched the greats, Laurence Olivier, Richard Burton, Benedict Cumberbatch. Each actor approached the role from a unique angle, yet each performance was as effective and entertaining as the last. I soon found myself inadvertently trying to emulate those legendary performers. Night after night, I ripped myself apart because I felt like I would never be able to live up to them. Though the lines were cemented in my head, I felt like I didn't have control of the character yet. One afternoon, Liz and I were running through a monologue. Her above, I was stuck in my head, questioning every movement I made. Liz gave me a very simple direction. Show me something different. It took one sentence for me to realize that I can't be Olivier, Burton, or Cumberbatch, because I can only ever be myself. How was I going to make my Hamlet my Hamlet? The realization that I could play the role however I wanted made the entire process all the more enjoyable and worthwhile.
Acting allows me to be as strange and weird as I want to be. There's no too far off.
In all the famous love affairs, the lovers have to struggle. In garret rooms away upstairs, the lovers starve and snuggle.
MacGuffin is a true catalyst into the theater industry for giving their students genuine training in the arts in preparation for the harsh yet whimsical world of showbiz. They are responsible for developing my love and passion for the arts, as well as my training in voice acting and comedy. I am sure to become one of MacGuffin's so valued donors in my They have most certainly grown me. Thank you.
When I was little, I thought I would be a big comedian on late night TV.
I wish I could live through something.
Aren't you?
Nope. The only exciting thing about 2002 is that it's a palindrome.
Okay, fine. Yours is the worst life of all. You win.
Oh, so now you're mad at me
It's
because
just
I
that you're
wanted to
being
listen to
ridiculous.
music?
You have a great life.
Sorry I'm not perfect.
Nobody's asking you to be perfect.
Keep your big, bright, beautiful world. Keep parties on its own, anyway. Doing what I can with a one-man conga line. Let's be trained on our heritage roll. You are on the roll.
simply choose a play, because with each play comes the question, why this play? What significance does it have? And then all the actors start arguing. During the Intifada, the play seemed silly, because 100,000 people were shot.
I was shot.
Yes, we all know you were shot, Hussein. We all know you were shot.